Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Allison Fergit. A man is dead after a single vehicle crash late Saturday night in the township of Cameron. According to the Wood County Sheriff's Department, around 11:30 p.m., officers responded to reports of a crash on Mill Creek Drive west of Highway 10. Law enforcement personnel found the male driver, 49-year-old Chad Delaney, at the scene of the crash. Life-saving measures were performed but were unsuccessful. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Initial investigation shows the vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed when it left the roadway, overturned, and crashed. In some breaking international news today, 50 years of authoritarian rule in Syria are over. According to the New York Times, Russian state media is reporting that President Bashar al-Assad arrived in Moscow earlier today. Russia's foreign ministry announced that he gave instructions to peacefully transfer power in Syria. The news was met with celebration across Syria and beyond, as rebel supporters cheered in the streets, tearing down monuments to the Assad family. Rebels and civilians are already inside his palace, roaming through his rooms and kitchen and ransacking it, carrying out furniture. Rebels swept through the country, capturing cities in just over a week's time. President Biden reacted to the fall of the president during an address at the White House today.
It's a moment of historic opportunity for the long-suffering people of Syria to build a better future for their proud country. It's also a moment of risk and uncertainty. As we all turn to the question of what comes next, the United States will work with our partners and the stakeholders in Syria to help them seize an opportunity to manage the risks.
Biden says the United States will support Syria's neighbors should any threat arise during this transitional period. He plans to speak with his counterparts in the region in the coming days, and U.S. officials will soon head to the Middle East. In a Truth Social, President-elect Donald Trump said the U.S. should not get involved, saying, quote, "This is not our fight. Let it play out. Do not get involved."
We had another day that didn't feel a lot like December out there. High temperatures soared well above average once again. Some areas north of I-94 might have caught a couple stray sprinkles as we went throughout the afternoon. There's still a few very light areas passing through the Twin Cities right now that could be moving north of I-94 as we go into the evening. Otherwise, we have a fairly mild and pleasant evening ahead of us. Here's a look at those observed high temperatures. Again, like we mentioned yesterday, that cloud coverage north of I-90 kept some temperatures a bit cooler to the north. Otherwise, many of us reached well above average, with some locations even seeing the 50s once again. We're going to have some high temperatures close to that again tomorrow, but it won't be nearly as high. We got up to 20 degrees above average in some locations, 11 degrees above average in Eau Claire. So even in those cooler spots, still very warm out there compared to where we should be for this time of year. And it's going to stay nice as we go throughout the evening hours. Again, just a stray chance to catch a sprinkle, mainly for areas to the north of I-94. As we can see, Eau Claire has just that slight chance for some rain coming up in the next hour or so. Otherwise, temperatures are staying in the 40s, very mild. Not a lot to complain about. Now, it is going to stay nice tomorrow, but we do have a very big cool down coming. So if you've enjoyed this weather, then hold on to it for one more day because it's not sticking around.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. The road around the north end of Pettibone Park will be closing tomorrow. Pettibone Drive North will close intermittently to traffic for utility work in the morning. The City of La Crosse Park, Recreation, and Forest Department said the road will remain closed to traffic until January 1st. Community members of Onalaska got into the holiday spirit with their yearly holiday parade. We're here live as the 5th annual Season of Lights parade lights up the streets. Many different local businesses, groups, and organizations decorated their floats with holiday lights and decorations. This year's parade starts and finishes at Onalaska City Hall. And kids in Holmen enjoyed brunch with a special holiday guest this morning. Today was the first ever brunch with Santa and Mrs. Claus at the Holmen Area Community Center. It's part of Holmen's Jingle Fest celebration. It's an annual holiday event to showcase the community's local businesses and vendors. While kids could enjoy delicious food at the brunch, they could also visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. And every child there got a gift bag.
We hope that this will be a new tradition for Holmen families to come together, and that it will move to, grandparents and families and the grandchildren all coming and sharing a table, sharing a holiday brunch together.
The brunch also included live music, crafts, and a story time room. Around 250 people attended the event. The Winona County Historical Society is holding a fundraiser for the holidays. Their holiday house tour is a great opportunity to see some of Winona's architectural history. This year's tour takes attendees to 5 historic homes and St. Martin's Church. Tickets included a map, information about each location, with stories of past homeowners.
So it's always just fun to go into people's homes and see what they do and gather ideas, and just, especially the historic homes, kind of see how people make, use of something that was very different. Say it's a 100-year-old house, of how they lived back then to how we live today.
The Holiday House Tour has been a fundraiser for WCHS for over 35 years. The tour goes until 8 p.m. tonight. Tickets are $20 for the general public. Coming up on News 8, the latest in the search for the gunman suspected of fatally shooting United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. NYPD is releasing new photos of the suspect and widening their search. More details after this.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
Stella-Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella-Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Hey, it's me, your very dry skin. I'm uncomfortable and need extra hydration. Developed with dermatologists, new CeraVe Intensive Moisturizing Lotion with innovative hydrourea for intense hydration and 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier and lock in extra moisture for up to 72 hours of hydration, 99% less itch, and comfort that lasts. New CeraVe Intensive Moisturizing Lotion from the #1 dermatologist recommended skincare brand.
The search for the United Healthcare CEO's suspected killer is stretching into a 5th day. NYPD is widening their search and working with other law enforcement agencies across the country to track down the gunman suspected of fatally shooting Brian Thompson. Jen Sullivan is in New York following the latest developments.
NYPD releasing new images of the person they believe shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. But officials are being careful not to release too many details about this person's identity.
Let him continue to believe he could hide behind a mask. We're going to reveal who he is and we're going to bring him to justice.
Surveillance video capturing the chilling moment a shooter approached Thompson outside a Hilton hotel in Midtown Manhattan Wednesday. The full video, too disturbing to air, shows the killer shooting Thompson multiple times. The brazen act of violence shaking New Yorkers and triggering a 5-day manhunt that now includes the FBI.
This was a horrific incident in our city, and we want to make sure this person is removed off the streets of America, not only off the streets of New York.
NYPD now believe the suspected shooter may have left New York City by interstate bus, and they're working with other law enforcement agencies across the country to track down the suspected killer.
We have video of him entering the Port Authority bus terminal. We don't have any video of him exiting.
Friday, police found the backpack the suspected shooter was possibly wearing during the attack in Central Park, but the gun was not inside. Saturday, NYPD divers scoured a body of water in Central Park, hoping to find more clues, according to a law enforcement official. Police are also trying to track down the bicycle the suspected shooter used to get away. In New York, I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Police say the backpack will be taken in for forensic testing. President-elect Donald Trump took his first overseas trip after being elected last month. Yesterday, he went to Paris for the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral, 5 years after a fire tore throughout the cathedral. The reopening drew leaders from around the world, including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He met with Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron before the ceremony, saying on social media it was good and productive and that they resolved to keep working together to end Russia's war with Ukraine.
Honor to be here. We had a good time together, and we had a lot of success, really great success working together on defense and offense too. And it certainly seems like the world is going a little crazy right now.
President Biden was invited to attend the event but declined. First Lady Jill Biden was there instead. Pope Francis also decided not to attend. Coming up on News 8, the latest U.S. job report has some surprising numbers, and the U.S. government closes the McDonald's E. coli investigation.
We're going to have one last day with temperatures above average, but that's going to come at a cost with some breezy conditions and the chance for some precipitation. I'll break it all down coming up after the break.
At Home Furniture right now, get family pricing while helping make a difference to children and families this holiday season. Donate $10 or a new unwrapped toy and get 10% off sale prices. Family pricing going on now at Home Furniture.
Seems like gift season kind of snuck up on us, but Fleet Farm's ready to help. For the griller on your list, the Pit Boss Sportsman 500 pellet grill is now $249.99. For the pizza lover, the Biaggia Pizza Oven is just $79.99. Plus, Milwaukee deal days are happening all week long. So save on the hottest Milwaukee tools, like the M12 2-tool combo kit for just $99. Stop in soon and wrap up your gift list at Fleet Farm, home of the best prices, guaranteed.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us.
Hi, what can I make fresh for you today?
It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us.
It's our pleasure.
Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
In the hunt, every detail matters. It's not just about the thrill, but a passion for the craft. And in the end, it's about the people you get to be with. At Overhead Door, it's about our team and those we get to serve. We can repair any garage door, but we only install the best. Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region since 1921.
I'm proud to serve and represent the Midwest because I was born and raised in the Midwest. I love the culture, I love the people. We have offices throughout the states in the Midwest, North Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. We know those local court systems. We want to help people from the Midwest and deliver them justice against these large corporations and insurance companies. If you've been injured, get Nicolay, the Midwest Injury Law Firm.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get family pricing while you make a difference this holiday season. By donating $10 or a new unwrapped toy, you'll get 10% off sale prices on all Luxuria and Thomas Cole sleep mattresses. Family pricing going on now at Home Sleep Express.
The latest jobs report is coming in better than expected. The U.S. economy added 227,000 jobs last month, and the previous 2 months were revised higher. The unemployment rate ticked up from 4.1 to 4.2%. The end of the Boeing strike led to the improvement. Jobs were added in healthcare and at restaurants. However, the retail industry lost 28,000 jobs. The U.S. government has closed its investigation into an E. coli outbreak tied to onions on McDonald's Quarter Pounder hamburgers, declaring there is no longer a safety risk. The outbreak sickened at least 104 people across 14 states, and 1 person in Colorado died. Americans are spending record amounts online this holiday season. Adobe says from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday, consumers shelled out more than $41 billion overall, up 8% from 2023. $13 billion was spent just on Cyber Monday alone, the highest total ever. And we've had a couple beautiful days here in the Coulee region. Let's send it over to Nicole for a check on our forecast.
Yeah, there's really very little to complain about with the weather that we've been having lately. We're going to see similar temperatures as we go into Monday. However, there's a few extra caveats that are going to come along with it. Some of us might not be getting as warm as we have been the last few days because there is unfortunately a cold front coming through that's bringing us back to reality and bringing much colder December-like air with it. So let's take a look at your sky tracker and see how this is going to break down. As we see, waking up in the morning, 10 a.m., many of locations are already nearing 40 degrees, so we're going to be warming up fairly quickly. However, as you can see, that cold front will be coming quickly out of the west, already affecting places north of I-94 as we go into the afternoon, really halting temperatures, really not seeing high temperatures getting any higher than 40 degrees because of the speed of this cold front. It's also going to be bringing just a tad bit of moisture with it. Now, as you can see, it'll pop up a few light flurries out there, but really a lot of that moisture is going to come in the way of cloud coverage, not ruling out the chance of maybe seeing a couple snowflakes as you move throughout the day, but really nothing too much of note. As we go into the evening hours, you're just going to start to feel that cool down with that colder air, and you will really feel it as you wake up in the morning. Tuesday, already seeing the 30s around 10 p.m. on Monday, which was actually our overnight lows for the past few days. So it is a pretty drastic pattern switch that we have coming up. Tonight, again, here's those lows, staying in the low 30s across much of the area, very mild and quiet as you wake up in the morning on Monday. Those highs still getting into the mid to upper 40s. Some areas south of I-90, if that cold front stalls a little bit longer, we could be nearing 50 degrees again. But again, areas to the north, will be seeing that cold air a little bit sooner, so those temperatures will stay a little bit cooler. It's also going to be bringing some breezier conditions. Now, not as breezy as we saw last week, but we will be seeing wind gusts getting up to 30 miles an hour as we go into the afternoon. And those are really going to stick around into the evening, partially into Monday overnight as well. So something to take note of, especially if we do get a couple of those flakes floating around out there. Other than that, here's where we were today. Those mild conditions slowly starting to move out. Well, most likely, most of us will be still feeling them as we go into Monday, but then this is when that transition starts to come around. As you can see, much of the country will be feeling this cool down, and then going into Wednesday, that's when the very cold air starts to move in. Thursday is looking like it's going to be the coldest day for us. The good news is it's not really going to last too long. Now, we're not anticipating our temperatures to bounce back as high as they did this last weekend, but by next weekend, we're hopefully looking at temperatures getting back into the 30s again. So here's a look at where we have been. Again, spiking up this past weekend, 21 degrees above average in La Crosse yesterday. As we go to tomorrow, still staying well above average. Then we take that quick little dip, but again, we'll bounce back and get very close to average as we go into next weekend. Very similar story in Eau Claire, was 19 degrees above average yesterday, staying a little bit above average as we go into tomorrow. And then again, just a 3 to 4 day dip down. It's going to feel cold on Thursday, but the good news is that that's really going to be the only very cold day. As you can see, 10 degrees for that high on Thursday. But again, we have to look at the positive. There's only one day in the forecast that is putting us at that cold of a temperature. There is a slight chance to see some scattered snow flurries again as we go into Tuesday night, but really still not looking at our first big snowfall. We've gotten lucky. We haven't really had to deal with the headache of that yet.
That's really nice, especially for driving to and from work,
yes,
to just not have to worry about that. But I will say it better come relatively soon, because for the holidays, it's just not the same without a white Christmas.
I could do with a minor snowfall, yeah, but nothing too crazy.
For sure, for sure. All right, thank you, Nicole. And coming up in sports, Kirk Cousins makes his return to Minnesota, but the Vikings made sure it wasn't the homecoming he was hoping for. Kate is in next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
At Dahl Auto, we know budgets are tight, so we've priced our pre-owned vehicles below market. They've been cut hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Start the new year in a vehicle you'll love. Compare prices at dahlauto.com.
Did you know that when you buy from Maury's, you get Maury's Promise? Maury's will always offer you our best price first, upfront, pure and simple. And our product specialists are commission-free, so there's no haggling necessary. Our lifetime powertrain warranty on new vehicles covers your engine and transmission nationwide for life. Also, our powertrain warranty on Maury's certified pre-owned vehicles covers you for 10 years, 100,000 miles, and much, much more. Maury's, moving life forward.
Valley Fudge and Candy came about almost by accident. I wanted to be in a craft show, and I am not crafty. So my husband Steve said, well, let's make some fudge like your grandma used to make. We took it to the craft show, totally sold out, and here we are all these years later with over 45 flavors of fudge. What's better for the holidays than fudge? We have individual pieces or gift boxes. Try our holiday or everyday flavors. Stop in the store or visit us online.
When you call Del Auto, your call's answered right here in La Crosse,
Onalaska,
And Winona.
If you want to talk to Ashley in sales,
or that one guy with the red beard,
We know who they are, and we'll get you connected fast.
that's what it means to be local at Del Auto.
And CIS, you're all under arrest.
We need to talk.
Got him. You guys didn't want to follow him?
Everybody wants to live in paradise. It's about having fun.
Let's do this.
Hands in the air.
Case closed. Bad guys in jail.
Yes.
Saturday night on News 8. Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Week 14 of the NFL season, and for the second straight week, it's all eyes on Minnesota as the Packers had yet another Thursday night game. The Vikings going for win number 11 of the season, and they're welcoming back an old friend as Kirk Cousins was making his return to U.S. Bank Stadium. Let's go there. Cousins, 0 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in his last 3 games, but Atlanta would march right down the field, and on 1st and goal, they hand it off to Tyler Algier. He hits the hole, in for the score. Falcons take an early lead. Later in the quarter, Vikings on 1st and 10, Darnold play action, hit as he throws, but the defense not paying attention. Jordan Addison gonna make the catch and walk in for the score. Vikings tie it up. Next Falcons drive, 1st and 10, Cousins dropping back all day to throw, but it's right into the hands of Josh Metellus for the interception. Cousins 7th in his last 4 games. Just over 2 to play in the half, still tied at 7, but the Vikings threatening, and Darnold, he's gonna find Justin Jefferson in the back of the end zone. Vikings take the lead. It's Jefferson's first touchdown since week 6, so you know he's gonna bust out the gritty, something I will never do. Third quarter, Vikings lead down to 1, but on 3rd and 8, Darnold doing his best Houdini impression, avoiding the defense, throwing it downfield, and he's got Jefferson wide open, back pedals into the end zone. Minnesota goes up 8. Atlanta would tie it up, but the 4th quarter was all Minnesota. First, it's Darnold to Jordan Addison for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And then with 8.5 to play, Darnold dropping back again, and again he's going to Addison. His 3rd of the game, Darnold's 5th. Falcons need an answer. Cousins dropping back, going deep down the field, but that ball is overthrown and intercepted. Cousins' 2nd of the day, and the Vikings would put it on ice. Aaron Jones up the middle, nobody gonna tackle him. He's in for the touchdown. Vikings continue to roll, 42-21 the final, and they are now 11-2. It's officially bowl season, and the Gophers are heading to Charlotte, North Carolina, where they'll face Virginia Tech in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. This is Minnesota's 4th straight bowl game, and this year they enter the bowl season 7-5. Virginia Tech comes in at 6-6, and they had to win on the last week of the season to clinch their spot. This game will be on January 3rd, set for 6:30 kickoff. And I just hope if Minnesota wins that game, we get to see their head coach, P.J. Fleck, covered in mayo, something along those lines.
That would be really entertaining, for sure, especially because the Badgers aren't in this year, which is a huge disappointment. As a Badger, like, you know, it'd be great to see Minnesota do something kind of fun like that, I guess.
Bowl games are so exciting. I mean, we have the Mayo Bowl, there's the Pop-Tart Bowl, the Cheez-It Bowl. I mean, they're all food.
It's getting a little out there, I think. I think we need to rein it back in, maybe a little bit more sports focused.
The sponsors need the money.
That's true. It all comes down to that, doesn't it?
All right, thanks, Allison. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Getting the kids ready for school isn't always easy.
But knowing what it'll be like so they know what to wear makes it a little easier.
We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com. Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. The starting wage for laborers is up to $21 per hour with no experience necessary. We will train the right candidate. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Drive in and see Wisconsin's best furniture store. With holidays and the football season upon us, shop and order now.
Browse the most competitive prices on a huge selection of sofas, sectionals, and chairs.
Awesome discounts on power reclining with adjustable headrest, zero gravity, or lift.
Set the table this year with options from Ashley, Sunny Design, and our rustic Amish pieces. Looking for a better night's sleep? Try out any of our hybrid, all-foam, and double-sided mattresses with adjustable bases and frames available.
Furniture from our family to yours. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
You don't know what we do or what we sacrifice or the price we pay for the job. And you'll never know.
Chicago PD!
You need people like me out on the streets, doing the things regular cops are unwilling to do. My job to keep you alive. You listen to me!
Friday night at 7 on My 8.
Okay, going into tonight, we're staying in the 40s for much of the evening. Seeing a low of 32 when you wake up in La Crosse in the morning. Eau Claire just a bit cooler, 29, but overall, very nice. Take it in because that is going to be our high temperatures in just under 24 hours. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm looking towards next weekend. We have some relief in sight.
That Thursday is going to be cold.
Yeah,
just warm.
Somebody's birthday here at the desk. Nicole turning 23 today. Happy birthday to her.
Nicole.
Thank you for watching News 8. We'll see you tonight.